With some time on my hands, I head to the library to actually squeeze in a studying session. The library is packed, which I guess makes sense since exams are right around the corner. After circling the desk a couple times, I manage to sneak into a desk stall, just as another student is leaving. I feel like a car trying to find a parking space in a crowded lot. Disgusting. A few hours go by in a blur. Valerie texts me at one point saying that the changes are done, but otherwise nothing eventful happens. That's all the studying I can do in one sitting. I pack up my tablet and wonder if anyone else is available. Yuuna. Yuuna pops into my mind, and I decide to give her a call. Wonder how she's spending her reading week. She answers the phone almost immediately.
Hello?
Oh, it's bad time. Hey, Yuuna.
Oh, I was in the middle of calling you when you called me.
Then wouldn't it just gone to voicemail on both ends? What a crazy coincidence. Almost like that plot. Gotta get that plot.
I know. I wanted to ask your advice about something.
About what?
Well, it's more something you need to see.
You had piqued my interest, but now you have my full attention.
Would you like to come over?
Absolutely. Sure, I'll be right there.
Great. I'll see you soon.
We hang up and I take my bike over to Yuna's house. After parking, I knock soundly on her door. There's a shuffling on the other side, and it takes her a while before she opens the door to a crack.
No!
What? She slams the door shut again. That was strange. There are more noises on the other side of the door before Yuuna flings it open.
Hi.
The fuck was... Hey? Uh-huh. Oh, it's so cute! As I stare at the wiggling ball of fur that tries to jump free from her arms. Puppy! Open my arms and Yuuna lets the puppy hop into them. Its tail slaps my body with each wag of the tail and plants kisses all over my face. You didn't tell me you got a dog.
I'm just borrowing him for now.
Borrowing? Oh, this is what the inside of the show's dorm looked like. Okay. Yuuna moves aside so I can enter and close the door behind me. She puts the puppy down. It scampers to my leg and paws at my feet as I carefully make my way to the couch. I know that feeling. Yuuna sits down beside me.
Okay, not really borrowing. I've been volunteering at the local animal shelter since I moved to Isokaze, and when I found out they needed foster homes for some of their pets, I volunteered to take Mochi home with me.
Mochi. Alright.
As you can tell, he loves people, and he's already been housebroken, so they don't think it'll be long before he gets adopted.
I've heard this conversation before. I've heard other people say this conversation to me. They've done this to me. People have done this to me. No, I don't want a dog. Mochi tries fruitlessly to hop onto the couch and misses each time. After attempting a few more times, he sits back on his haunches and whines. Yuuna giggles and scoops him up in her arms and sets it onto her lap. No, you don't do that! You just did exactly what it wanted! No! You have to train them not to do that. How long have you had him?
About a week. Actually, I wanted to ask you about that.
Yep. Huh.
I'll have to give him back next week, but I don't really want to.
You want to adopt him? She nods and fondly pets Mochi's head.
The house doesn't feel so big and empty when he's around.
I glance around the living room. I glance around the living room. The space is conservatively decorated, but includes a lot of photographs of the family. Antique vases and cabinets tastefully fill the spaces. I wonder if these are family heirlooms or items passed down from generation to generation. Looking at all the smiley faces of Yuuna, Yudai, and their parents, I understand why Yuuna feels alone in such a big house. She's constantly reminded of the past. What did your parents say? Yuuna bites her lip.
I haven't told them yet.
Not even about fostering the puppy?
No. I'm not sure what they'll say. We used to have dogs back when we still lived in the countryside, so it's not like I don't know how to take care of them. Maybe they won't even notice.
They'll notice. Mochi's plush bed is in the corner of the kitchen and the living room and connect. Compared to the rest of the decor, his colorful and modern toy sticks stand out like sore thumbs. I think he might. She frowns and furrows her brow. Mochi seems to sense her anxiety and places his front paw on her chest and licks her face again.
Mochi!
She turns her face away but laughs. Just ask your parents. You should just talk to your parents. I'm sure they'd understand if you told them why. She wrinkles her brow again, then nods.
I suppose it can't be helped. They'd find out sooner or later.
Sounds like you've already made up your mind.
Maybe.
She pauses.
It's not that I'm worried my parents will say no. I don't think they'd be opposed to the idea. I don't want them to think they're bad parents. I understand why they don't stay here for too long, and I don't want them to think I'm lonely.
Are you lonely?
It can be a little quiet.
Mochi yips and hops off Yuna's lap. He races towards the bed of toys sliding on the hardwood floor.
I think he wants to play.
We'll do the tug-of-war thing. Mochi grabs a thick braided rope in his mouth and I grab the other end, then lightly tug. Mochi pulls his head back and his tail wags. I increase the pressure and Mochi pushes his weight back into his hind legs so his butt's in the air. He growls affectionately and then shakes his head back and forth. I gently let go at the end of the rope drops harmlessly to the ground. Mochi pauses and cocks his head to the side as if asking what I'm doing. You're too strong. Yuuna giggles.
Mochi, you won! Oops, now that he's all wound up, I should probably take him for a walk so he doesn't accidentally wet himself.
Yeah, that would probably be good.
Do you want to join?
Yeah. I glance out the window and at the darkened sky. I should probably get back home before it gets too late. Yuuna nods.
Thanks for coming over.
Dude, come on, you could have still gone. I feel like there should have been a choice there, and I didn't get a choice. That's bullshit. No problem. Bye, Mochi. Yuuna picks up one of Mochi's paws and waves it around.
Bye-bye.
We both laugh as Mochi looks down at his paw in confusion. Yuuna grabs the leash and secures it around Mochi's neck. Then we leave the house together. She heads towards the park while I head back to my bike and drive home. I feel unfulfilled in this episode so far. After parking my bike, I let myself into the house. The living room's empty. Where is everyone? I hear voices in the kitchen and hurry over. I pause as soon as I push open the doors. Nikki is bent over the table laughing. Aunt Yuzuki stands by the fridge laughing as hard as Nikki, while Uncle Kaito chugs water looking increasingly confused. Oh, hi Aunt Yuki. I didn't know you were here. Aunt Yuki tries to compose herself when she sees me and rushes over to give me a hug.
Oh good, you're home. Oops, I got some flour on you.
Great. That's okay. Uncle Kaito's eyes are watering as he lunges towards the fridge and pulls out a carton of milk. Are you okay, Uncle Kaito? He doesn't answer as he chugs a glass of fresh milk. Finally, Nikki composes herself enough to answer.
Aunt Yuki's making us Chinese food tonight. She ran one of the chilies around the rim of Uncle Kaito's glass when he wasn't looking.
Aw, that's just evil. But also fucking hilarious. I gotta remember that one. She starts laughing again.
It doesn't hit you at first, but once it does.
Uncle Kaito takes another swig of milk while Aunt Yuki giggles.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Their laughter is infectious and I find myself laughing with them. It's good to see Aunt Yuki hasn't lost her sense of humor. Uncle Kaito, hasn't Aunt Yuki played some prank on you before?
She has. That's what makes it so funny.
Oh, that prank. Okay, I just read it wrong.
It's been a while. Cut me some slack.
You're losing your touch.
Aunt Yuki's been away for too long.
Nikki sighs.
Do you really have to leave again, Aunt Yuki? It's so fun when you're around.
Hey, are you saying I'm not fun?
I mean, who said that out loud?
No, you're fun too.
That sounded awfully like a pity compliment.
Yes, it did. Nikki giggles. Aunt Yuki fidgets with the corner of her apron.
Actually, you'll all be seeing a lot more of me.
Say what? Kaito looks at her in surprise.
Really?
She meets his gaze and nods.
If that's all right with you.
Of course. I just... Does that mean you're really going to stay here?
Yeah, unless there's a reason why I shouldn't.
No, but...
God damn it. Kaito hesitates. Nikki watches with bated breath. Her eyes are wide with excitement, and I could tell that, and I could tell it's taking a lot of her self-control to keep quiet. I'm unsure if I should even be witnessing this conversation. Aunt Yuki seems to understand Uncle Kaito's unspoken question.
Watching you with the kids, you've, changed.
Yuki,
Nikki can't hold it anymore and explodes.
Aunt Yuki belongs here, Uncle Kaito. Let her stay.
Both Yuki and Kaito blush deeply. Nikki,
What? They clearly need my help.
no one needs your help. Let's give them some privacy. I begin to push her out of the room.
But
No buts. Reluctantly, Nikki allows me to lead her out of the kitchen and into the living room. We both sit on the couch and turn to the TV.
do you think Aunt Yuki will really stay?
It's hard to say. I hope so, but I'm not sure.
That's exactly why they need my help.
They don't need your help. This is something they need to work out for themselves.
But they need someone to remind them of how good they are together.
If it's meant to be, then it will be. Nikki gives me a skeptical look.
Which magazine did you read that in?
How come you know I didn't come up with that myself? She chuckles.
Please, I wasn't born yesterday.
Well, she might as well have been. ... We wait in silence. Ever so often, Nikki would sneak glances at the door, but she doesn't move. I can't ignore the delicious smell of Kung Pao chicken wafting out of the kitchen, and my stomach grumbles loudly. I kind of wish they were having this conversation after we're already eaten. Nikki giggles.
Are you ever not hungry?
Hey man, gotta eat. Her eyes widen as her stomach grumbles just as loudly. Now it's my turn to laugh. Luckily, we don't have to wait much longer before Aunt Yuki pops her head out.
Are you kids hungry yet?
Starving!
Then I guess we better feed you. Dinner's ready.
I jump to my feet and race into the kitchen, but Nikki lingers beside Aunt Yuki.
Does this mean you're staying?
Of course I'm staying. There's no way I'm going to let Kato keep you kids to himself.
Nikki grins from ear to ear and hugs Aunt Yuki.
I'm so happy! There will finally be another woman in the house!
Aunt Yuki laughs at the two of them join us at the table.
I don't know how you managed all by yourself.
What's that supposed to mean?
Me neither.
Everyone is all smiles as we sit down to eat. After dinner, Nikki drags Aunt Yuki upstairs to show her her new dress that she bought last week. Uncle Kaito and I are watching TV. In the middle of our show, his phone dings with an email. He opens up the email and his jaw set. What is it?
It's an email from the PI.
What does it say? He holds the phone out for me to see, and we review the email together. Again, the content doesn't share much, but it stresses that the accident might have been more than just an accident. The other driver had been spotted talking to Dad right before the car crash. Wait, someone wanted to hurt Dad on purpose? Kaito's voice is grim.
That seems to be what the PI is implying.
Why would he want to hurt them?
I wish I knew. Wasn't the other driver someone your dad knew?
Yeah, Ezra Wilson was Dad's colleague. We worked closely on projects together.
Did something happen between them?
Not that I know of. And I can't ask him since he's still in a coma last I heard. Kaito nods.
Well, the PI is still investigating. I'm sure he'll have more information soon.
None of this is making any sense. Urza and Dad worked on some of the same projects together for as long as I can remember, and always seemed like a nice guy. Can't imagine why I'd want to hurt Dad. Does it mean Dad knew that this was coming too? But how could he? He only left because Nikki called him. What about Mom? I let out a frustrated sigh. I wish I could just tell him what happened. Wait a minute. Dad's research. The strange encryptions on my core. Uncle Kaito knows the change in my expression.
What is it?
I wonder if it has something to do with my core.
Because of the weird thing it did during your first match?
Maybe.
If whoever wanted your dad dead was after your core, then you might be in danger. You probably shouldn't use Eagle again just to be safe.
I wouldn't go that far. All my core did was use up extra energy packets. At least that's what the professor said. That's why the referees didn't disqualify me from the match.
Extra energy doesn't sound like something to kill over.
My thoughts exactly. I brought in my core for a different reason. It might be nothing, but our team engineer found a weird encryption from Dad in my core. She didn't think it was anything important, but now I'm not sure.
What does it say?
I don't know. He nods. I try to focus on the TV show, but I can't stop thinking about the accident on purpose. I think I'm just gonna go to bed.
All right. Try not to stress too much about this. I promise we'll find out what happened.
Yeah, I smile weakly. Thanks, Uncle Kaito. After saying goodnight, I get ready to go to bed and slip under the blankets. I close my eyes, trying to clear my mind, but end up running through every detail of the accident I remember, hoping to find a clue. Eventually, I fall asleep out of pure exhaustion. And that's looking like a pretty good place as any to call it. I'd like to thank you all so very much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, make sure you do that as well. And I'll see you all next time.